Thank you for checking out the glove. This is a stainless steel Freddy Krueger glove uh, that I have constructed. It's all stainless steel, all constructed from one piece of 1 inch ID stainless steel tubing, Schedule 40. Um, the back plate was also made out of the same piece. It has a sunbeam bend in it, which I used a brake press to put a 7-point bend in it and slightly curvature. The rivets are all braided down underneath in the glove and through the finger pieces and will not scratch your hand. It does have a COA from the boiler room, Robert England, as you can see here. Also has the little red ball. Um, Robert England himself has autographed this glove, as you can see in the pictures and in this video, at the cuff, on the outside toward the palm hand, or palm side of the glove. The red ball here is all plastic, and what has been done is we drilled a hole through it, and then pulled the string through, tied a knot, poked it back down inside, and then melted plastic back into the hole to seal it up, and then sanded it and painted it, and then sanded again and painted it. So it looks fairly good. The blades are TIG welded on underneath. There's a slot through the top piece of the finger piece, and it's TIGged at the bottom or underneath side. The rings to the glove are also TIG welded. They were cut out of the same piece of tubing. See, here's where the TIG weld is. It's right underneath there, and these are the rings. They're TIG welded on to each side of the finger pieces. The blades themselves were actually cut out of a stainless steel surgical cabinet out of a hospital, which is kind of nostalgic, I think. The tubing was how do you say, acquired at a power plant. We'll just say that. And it was all handmade, just like Freddy would have made it. And let's see here. The blades do have an edge on them. It's not a sharp edge, it's kind of a dull edge, but they have been tiger pawed. The finger pieces move, as you can see. The glove will not fall apart. I mean, it would take some serious damage to the glove. I mean, it can take being thrown around or whatnot, but obviously you don't want to do that to an autographed piece. You probably want that in a display case. Robert England was the last person to wear the glove before I just put it on for you. Of course, my hands were clean. I just washed them. So, this is a leather glove. It's a large size glove. Trying to think of anything else I could mention about it. It was sculpted to my hand. The blades are kind of tarnished a little bit from the grind marks. You can buff those out if you want it completely shiny. If not, there's always this added effect that you can do with a torch. You can take a torch and blue up the metal. Well, that I mean actually put some heat to it. Stainless is a weird character, and when it takes heat, it changes colors. Now check this out. As I go through this aluminum pop can, and I poke through and slice straight down. Granted, it's not sharp, but still it goes through. See? Through it. Now, those fake Freddy gloves that you see on eBay that are movie prop replicas will not do that because they're silver soldered and they're copper. Copper will tear at holes. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. You can't stop copper from tearing. It is a soft metal. It is not meant to actually be a weapon. Copper cannot actually do what the movie glove allegedly does. Stainless is what a Boilermaker, Freddy, would have made. Okay. That being said, the metal to acquire this was acquired out of a power plant, made like Freddy would have made it, sharp enough to go through a pop can be sharpened more, signed by Robert Englund, hand constructed, actually welded. I don't know how much more realistic you can get. I really don't. I mean, I haven't tried slicing it through a watermelon, but I guarantee it probably have no problems going through one. Pillow sheets and stuff like that, they used special fabrics for the movie gloves to go through. But if the sheet was pulled tight enough, you could poke that through a bed and it would probably give the same effect, especially if you sharpen up the blades. If you wanted to just videotape it to see what it looked like or something. I don't know what you want it for. Me, I would personally like to keep it and put it on display. So, that being said, and this is the first one I've made, I don't know that I actually want to sell it. I'm putting it on eBay to see if I get any serious offers on it, and putting a reserve on it to see if it sells. And if it sells, then I'll definitely let it go for that. The TIG weld right here on the ring pieces, as you can see, each one of them have been TIG welded. They will not break off. You'll have to cut them off if you're having problems with them. If you're a welder, you can probably do this kind of work yourself and modify it. But it's fairly well put together right. Like I said, the rivets, they don't rub your fingers, they don't rub the back of your hand. It's got 3 rivets in the back to the back of your hand through the back plate. You don't feel those at all. So here, Robert and Nancy, when I sent it to them to get it signed, as you'll see the pictures that Robert took with my glove on and him posing in 2 pictures and signing it, that Nancy sent me a email back and said that if I didn't want to pay the shipping and handling, that the glove would look really nice on Robert's desk. I don't know how many people they've actually told that to, or Nancy would say that it would look nice on somebody on Robert's desk, but saying that they would actually keep it and put it on display. It's kind of cool. So I don't know if the glove's really worth a whole lot. I know it's worth a little something because it's autographed, and the time it took to actually construct it. I don't see a lot of people trying to construct a real one. There's, of course, the guy that made the original gloves. He's now doing reproduction of the movie prop, which he's actually making out of metal. But they're all pretty much copper and silver soldered because he's trying to make them look identical to the movie glove. That being the case, they're not real, and they can fall apart. And some are probably cheaply constructed. And I'm not going to say that he's going to do them cheaply constructed, but I guarantee he's not making them out of tubing. Okay, so he's not making them like Freddy would have. So it's not a real movie replica, as far as I'm concerned. And most replicas that you see on eBay are actually cut out of flat pieces of metal and then bent. And Freddy didn't do that in the movie. I tried to make it the real movie way and make it realistic by a real type of construction worker from real plant material that you would find in a boiler or around a boiler, and use a real work glove that a Boilermaker wore. And I don't know how much more real you want to go, but this is about as real as I can get. The other thing that we need to talk about is the fact that this is not a toy. I do not intend for you to use it in any kind of misuse way. It's strictly meant for display for you to look at. I don't recommend you doing anything that you've seen in this video. as far as poking through a pop can or anything, if you're a kid buying this glove, that's let's say that I'm the trained professional. Yeah. Be careful when playing with knives. Um, I know it looks cool, but that was kind of dangerous. I had a whole team of myself and I with bandages and stuff ready in case something happened. So you have to be well aware of sharp objects and know that you have to be careful and cautious when you're messing with this. Um, Once again, it will be packed in the mail really well. I do not want somebody accidentally falling on it as it's in transit through the package system. Um, it's kind of dangerous. When I sent it to Robert and Nancy, I paid $75 shipping and handling both ways. So that's $150 just shipping it there and back to ensure that no one would get hurt by it. Say, freak accident, the mailman slips and falls on top of the package. Blades are sticking up. Ouch, he's dead. And there's nothing I could have done about it to prevent it. So, I mean, there is dangers of even sending this in the mail because, I mean, you don't know how that thing could be in the package. You don't want to fall on it. It would definitely impale you. And I was nervous the whole time it was in transit that it went out there to Robert and Nancy, and I let them know about it. And they said, "Would you want to send it back the same way?" I go, "Yes." So I had to send them money to do so, and that $75 was next day air and or not next day air, but it was well, whatever it was, is the fastest shipping method with the safest possibility for me, plus $5,000 in insurance. And I was only doing $5,000 in insurance is because in case I got sued for sending it in the mail or whatever happened, that's what I wanted to take care of. You know, heaven forbid somebody stabbed their hand by, you know, slam their hand on the package in the mail or anything. Anything could have happened. Be prepared for it. So once again, put this on a glove display hand in a display case. It'll look beautiful there. Hang it up on the wall, put it on your dresser, on TV, or whatever you want to do with it. And good luck bidding, man. Um, One other thing is, be careful if you use this for a Halloween costume. Thanks for looking.